Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2021 with Southampton still in the beta, of course, and still in a job, because last month was actually bloody good. Now this episode is going to be a little bit weird, because basically I recorded effectively 3 matches. 3 of the matches that took place in January, and I kind of want to show you what went on, because this was literally straight after the Leeds game. I just carried on playing, I've done some transfer business, things like that. So I will show you what's gone on. I do need to talk about 2 transfers that have joined the club though, because, you know, they actually play in these matches. I don't really want to spoil it for you. First up then, Manchester United's Ivorian central defender Eric Bailly has signed on loan until the end of the season. He has been brought in because basically we needed a bit more, I think a bit more muscle in defence. We've got some very good defenders, but we don't have lots of very good defenders. Bailly can basically do that job. He's only here on loan until the end of the season, but he's a decent enough player. Somebody who's a little bit more tasty though is Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. The former Southampton man returns to his roots as he signs on loan until the end of the season. He's costing quite a lot of money. I think it's costing us about £5 million to do this loan deal till the end of the year. But the Ox is good at football, isn't he? He's only 28 as well. He's still young. He's still got a lot in the tank. He's also very good at football. Anyway, let's talk about the matches that have taken place then. So then, the first match we played was against Spurs. On the back of the 4-3 defeat against Leeds United, I was not particularly confident. This is what happened. 9 minutes on the clock against Spurs, and we've taken the lead thanks to Nathan Redmond. We might be beating Spurs. We're 9 minutes in. Calm down. And just on the stroke of half-time, we've made it 2-0. Alan St-Maximin with the goal. We might be beating Spurs. They've had 1 shot all game. We've had about 6, and obviously we are 2-0 up going into the break. Decent little bit of play from us as well. St-Maximin with the finish. It's 2-0. Go on, buddy. Walker-Peters making some space. He's been fouled. Danny Ings is there. It's 3-0. It's 3-0 against Spurs. Danny Ings has got his 2nd goal in as many games. Have we hit the bottom? Have we troughed? And now we're heading up to another peak. Have we troughed? You know what I mean? Have we hit the rock bottom? We're now on our way back up. We're 3-0 up against Spurs. Could it be 4? St-Maximin has it. Walker-Peters crosses in. Danny Ings heads it back. Armstrong with some space. Chilwell's there. Doesn't use him. Spurs get the ball upfield. Arcadius Milik across. Harry Winks. Loads and loads of space. Vestergaard's going over to close him down. Winks in on goal. Livakovic makes a save. We're almost at the end of the game, and are we going to make it 4? Danny Ings, he's been fouled by Kamara. That is most likely going to be a penalty. So then it is going to be Danny Ings stepping up to take it. Hugo Lloris in goal for Spurs. Are we going to make it 4-0 with, 10-15 seconds left to play once we kick this ball? Ings against Lloris. Where's he going to go? Into the bottom corner, the opposite corner. We've beaten Spurs 4-0. 4-0, and Danny Ings has doubled his goal scoring for the season in the space of 2 matches. Looks like we keep our job for another day. We battered Spurs. So yeah, that was a pretty good result. We then went and played Sheffield United away from home, and this is what happened. So for the Sheffield United game, we're not doing a lot. Neither are Sheffield United, which is actually weirdly okay. It's an injury to Alan St-Maximin. That's the first thing to really talk about. Yeah, it's been pretty dull here at Bramall Lane. It's 0-0. There's been 2 shots. There's been 1 shot on target from Sheffield United, which arguably they should have scored because they were 1-1, and Yannick Vestergaard headed over from a corner. It's not a very exciting game. The second half hasn't been particularly exciting either. We are 62 minutes on the clock. We do have a possible chance though. Danny Ings is running on to the end of this one. Danny Ings takes a touch, gets past the keeper, and Danny Ings has his 7th goal of the season. This is what we've been missing. It's not the fact that we've been scoring or conceding goals for fun. We haven't been scoring them. Danny Ings has suddenly found his scoring boots, and we are back in business. So much so, we are actually up to 12th place in the Premier League with that goal. In the space of 2 matches, we have gone from relegation threatened to mid-table threatened. Since that Ings goal as well, we have suddenly started to pick things up. We've had a couple more chances. We probably should have made it 2-0 as well. I think it was Redmond had a chance, but kicked it straight at the keeper. And the full-time whistle goes then. Another victory, this time on the road against Sheffield United. Just the 1 goal in it. Danny Ings with that goal. We're doing well. I don't know what we've done, but we are suddenly doing well. And the final match that I actually recorded was against Norwich, and we also managed to beat them as well. So then, can we make it 3 wins out of 3? Since we stopped actually recording specific episodes for matches, Norwich are our opponents now. 8 minutes on the clock, and new loanee signing that is. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain has been kicked over in the penalty area. Are we going to have ourselves a penalty? Yes, we are. It is Danny Ings once again stepping up. If he scores this one, that is, 5 goals in 4 games? Something like that. He's hit the post. And because he was the player who touched the ball last, he couldn't actually close it down either. We've missed a bloody penalty. Carl Walker-Peters has it on the right. Oxlade-Chamberlain's making a move. He's gone to Redmond. Back to Mady Kamara following his trip to the African Cup of Nations. Ward-Prowse into the penalty area. He's crossed it. Danny Ings is there. It's taken a few deflections. The ball is cleared. And at half-time, we still haven't managed to find the back of the net. It is still 0-0, but we are dominating Norwich as well. 3 matches in a row where we have been easily the best side. Corner for Ward-Prowse on that left-hand side, sorry. It's taken a few deflections, and Ryan Gravenberch puts the ball into the bottom corner. It is finally 1-0 against Norwich. That goal as well puts us up to 9th in the Premier League. We're top of the top half side, that's words. Not too much longer to go then at St Mary's Stadium. Norwich have yet to have a shot on target. Possibly one final chance going our way. Walker-Peters with it. Back to Gravenberch, the goalscorer. Tries to find Shea Adams, who's playing as the striker. And this isn't good. Ayoze Perez, he's running forward with the ball towards the left-hand side for Norwich. Back to Quintilla. Is he going to get his cross away? Hits the first man, and now Oxlade-Chamberlain can break down the right-hand side. Number 31 on loan until the end of the season. Going forward, surging forward. He's got 2 in the middle. He's got 5 in the middle now. Get your cross away. He's been pushed over. Are we going to win ourselves a second penalty? I think we might, I think we might be winning a second penalty. Hopefully this time we can put it in the back of the net. I'm not sure who that is. Is that Ben Chilwell? Stepping up to take it. It is Ben Chilwell, possibly for his 3rd goal of the season. It's into the back of the net. It is 2-0 against Norwich. What has happened? What has happened since that Leeds game? We have suddenly turned into a very good side again. And it finishes 2-0 against Norwich. It should have been 3 because we should have scored 2 penalties. We are up to 9th in the Premier League. We've also played 2 more matches after that as well. We played Leicester and we have also played Everton. A 0-0 draw against Leicester. A 2-1 defeat against Everton as well in our first match. Post-transfer window closing. And we probably deserved more from the Everton game. We could not score, and Ryan Gravenberch, for some reason, supports Everton because he gifted them 2 goals. The transfer news, however, is not done. We have loaned out Angus Gunn. He's gone on loan to Leeds. We've sold Fraser Forster to Sheffield United for £5 million. And we've also sold Alexander Schlager to Borussia Dortmund to be their first choice goalkeeper for £8 million. I basically got my money's worth. Yes, I've sold all of our backup goalkeepers. Don't worry, we got somebody in, somebody who's absolutely ridiculous, and they're just going to sit on the bench. We've also loaned Theo Walker out to Kilmarnock because, let's face it, he's declined quite a lot this season. But I don't want to lose him. I don't want to sell him. He's just gone up north of the border. He's going to play in the Scottish Premiership for a season. It's actually 6 months, isn't it? Also, Ricky J. Jones has left the club to go on loan to Rotherham until the end of the year. He needs a bit of football. He's only played 4 games for us. He played 48 for Peterborough in his time there. He's very good. He needs some time on the pitch, so hopefully he'll get that at Rotherham. In addition to Eric Bailly and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, we've loaned in 2 further players. From Bayern Munich, we have loaned in Bright Ari Mb, who's actually part English. Apparently, he started his career at Norwich, played for Chelsea as well, then moved to Germany to play for Bayern 2, where he's played 19 games, scoring 2 goals. He's then on loan until the end of the season, more to just add a bit more depth. He's also good, so I might try and sign him in the summer if he wants to join. Our backup goalkeepers also come from Germany. It's Romain Berkey, the 31-year-old Swiss goalkeeper from Borussia Dortmund, on loan as a backup. We've sold them Schlager, and we've loaned Berkey. I can't help but think we've got the much better deal here. Yes, Berkey is extremely eccentric, but he's not going to play. He's only going to play if Livakovic basically gets himself injured or something like that. So, yeah, that is kind of the state of the situation right now. If we have a look at the club vision, we've turned things around. So, I don't really know what to say. It's been a weird, for me, couple of hours. Since we played the Leeds game, it's been a weird couple of hours. We've turned things around. We're on a B-. Yes, the match performances still aren't great, but the next match when we play Burnley, we'll drop off this 2-0 against Brentford, so we're going to lose an F. So as long as we do better than an F, this is going to go up. That's how it works, I think. Back then to relative normality in this episode, and by normality I mean we're playing a match now. We're not going to hopefully lose about 3 games on the spin. Don't want that to happen. We're playing Burnley, 19th place in the league table. We have moved up to 11th because when you win games in the league, that's how you propel yourself up the league. Not expecting to stay 11th in the table, unfortunately, but as long as we don't really get ourselves dragged into a relegation scrap, I will be okay with that. Part of the reason why I think we've started to do quite well is our change in tactics. We've started to play a 4-3-3 vertical tiki-taka formation. I've changed nothing. Literally, I've just picked the one that the game tells you and gone, okay, we'll go with that. So yeah, this seems to have worked. We played this from the Spurs game onwards, and obviously we all know how that Spurs game went. It is going to be Livakovic in goal with Walker-Peters by Bednarek and Chilwell as that back 4 by has come in for Mohamed Salisu, who has... He's basically very tired. He's just come back from the African Cup of Nations. He's very tired. He shouldn't be playing particularly often at the moment. He needs a rest. Bai didn't actually go to the African Cup of Nations, so that's quite good news for us. Romeo, Ward-Prowse and Gravenberch will be the midfield triangle today with Oxlade-Chamberlain, Redmond and Danny Ings as our striker. On the bench we do have Romain Berkey, unlikely to play. Hands in pockets. This is my new stance. Hands in pockets. Reluctantly facing the team. The recent form standings have Burnley 11th, we're 6th. Let's show them why. Kind of worked for a few people. Bai looks complacent. So then, Burnley. Burnley are a team who I think are going to be very difficult to score against. The XG analysis stuff have said they have a lot of shots against them, but they very rarely concede, apparently. Hopefully, because we have a lot of shots and do score quite often, hopefully that changes for us. Nick Pope with an early goal kick, 9 minutes on the clock for Burnley. It's going to be, oh my word, what's happened there? Barnes has the ball, Chilwell doesn't get it, Montiel in towards goal. Gonzalo Montiel's effort goes wide of Livakovic's far post. Already, Ben Chilwell dropped down to a 6.5 for a moment there. Ward-Prowse with a free kick for us. Oxlade-Chamberlain at the back doesn't manage to win the header. And now Burnley can come forward with the ball. No, they can't. Oxlade-Chamberlain has stolen that away. Walker-Peters forward to Chamberlain on that right-hand side. Slots the ball down to Ings, but doesn't manage to get it. Gravenberch with a long-range effort. What a chance that would have been for the wonder kid from Holland. 20 minutes in then, and we are looking the better side. Burnley have only had 1 chance, but we still haven't really got close to scoring yet. I'm thinking we need to try and be clever here, which is never a good sign. That's also not being clever. Their right back is not playing very well. Oh no, because we focus down the middle. No, ignore it. Ignore what I was saying. Just go away. Cancel all these things. Free kick for Ward-Prowse approaching the end of the first half. Jan Bednarek is there. Goes just over the bar. Still 0-0. We are getting close. We are definitely getting close to unlocking the door and scoring the first goal of the game. But it is going to be 0-0 at half time. I did think that they were going to be stubborn. I'm not happy. People did seem interested. That is good to see. I don't like the fact it doesn't go straight into tactics. I hate the fact that I have to click tactics during half-time. Even if I don't want to do anything, just take me there so I can go, nah, we're fine. I also realised I just waffled through the first 10 minutes. I wanted to do this sub. I wanted to bring on Shea Adams on that left-hand side for Redmond, because Redmond is playing awful. Livakovic also isn't playing very well, so I don't want them to have a shot on target. It's going to be 0-0, isn't it? It's going to be 0-0. Let's give them an encourage. See if it fires anybody up. It does. I'm starting to be able to learn how the shouts work. The shouts seem to do something, which is good. Throw for Chilwell. 70 minutes. Tarkowski gets it clear. Romeo, though, to Ben Chilwell once again. Picked up a very early yellow card after just 2 minutes. Jan Bednarek and Chilwell. Back to Bednarek. Forward to Romeo. Now, cross to the right-hand side. Oxlade-Chamberlain's controlled this. He's been forced out wide. Walker-Peters with some space. He's got past his man, crosses in. Shea Adams at the back post. And Shea Adams, with his 9th goal of the season, puts us 1-0 up against Burnley. Still need to hold on for another 21 minutes. Or maybe, ideally, get another goal. I'm thinking of doing a change, and I'm thinking it's going to be Ward-Prowse or Oxlade-Chamberlain coming off. Probably Oxlade-Chamberlain, actually. Ward-Prowse on a 7-4. I'm looking more at fitness. So we're going to do Crepin Diatta for Oxlade-Chamberlain. I think, yeah, that's probably all we're going to do. I've just realised I didn't pick the subs bench. I always ask the assistant. And we've got Shane Long on the subs bench. He's not been anywhere near the first team all season. This is prime time James Ward-Prowse territory. Scored one like this last season. He's almost done it again this time, but Nick Pope turns the ball away. It's going to be a corner. 12 minutes of normal time plus any injury time. Ward-Prowse has gone over to obviously take this corner. Back post is Danny Ings. Almost. Was that Danny Ings? That looked like they headed that. Danny Ings didn't move, but he still managed to win the header. Right, final change then. We are going to do this Ward-Prowse change. Mady Kamara will be coming on. Kamara, much like Salisu, obviously was at the African Cup of Nations. He's back, still not particularly match fit. We've got 4 minutes to play. If we hold on, and we should be able to hold on, we are picking up 3 more points and moving ourselves up to 10th place in the table. 8 points away from that magic 40. Chilwell with a corner right at the death of the game. Ben Mee heads clear. Gravenberch is going to collect this one for Southampton. He's going to go down the right-hand side. Keep going, Ryan. Keep going. He's a big lad, Ryan Gravenberch. Now Crepin Diatta, who's a small man. Mady Kamara, the substitute, has just rifled that into the back of the net. Mady Kamara gets his first of the season. 2-0 up against Burnley. This is 3 more points in the bag. That Leeds game was the turning point of our season. That Leeds game in the last episode was 100% the turning point. We needed to lose that game. I can't believe I'm saying it now, but we needed to lose that game, because if we won that game, we probably would have lost to Spurs. What a difference a day makes, eh? What a difference a day makes. 2-0 then on the night against Burnley. We were the better side. We've been the better side than most teams that we have played, with the exception probably of Everton. They were slightly better than us, but everyone else we probably should have beaten, and we have beaten them ever since the Spurs game. Well done, lads. Good win for us. Let's just get everyone motivated. What a performance from everyone. How have we done this? We have gone from a relegation scrap to maybe, probably not, but maybe pushing for Europe. That has to be a satisfying win for you. It was a terrific performance. What a goal. It was a top draw goal. Ward-Prowse was amazing. Just praise everybody. Praise absolutely everybody. No comment about technology. What was your thinking behind your tactical approach? We're playing tiki-taka now. I do what I do to win. It's what I'm paid for. Haven't been doing that for the first half of the season. Look at this. Look at this. 10th place in the table. -4 goal difference as well. 32 points on the board. We are still, 9 points between us and Spurs, who are still in a relegation battle. I don't know how they're down there. But we're kind of starting to pull away. This is good news. That is going to do it then for this episode. I've got no idea how long this episode is going to be, because obviously lots of little highlighty bits at the start. It might be very short, it might be very long. Next episode then, we're going back to the Europa League. It will be the second leg of the first knockout round against Başakşehir that we'll be playing on camera. So I'm playing the first leg and Chelsea in between episodes. So not a lot, but hopefully, I think, if my numbers are correct, that is going to be out later today. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Football Manager 2021. I'm a much happier Football Manager 21 player now. If you did enjoy this episode, do please remember to leave a like. If you are new here and you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. I'll be back next time with the second leg of the Europa League game. I will see you later.